The Cardinal men's tennis team struggled out of the gate, hurting a bit without top player Sam Sweeney. But the team is on a tear as of late, knocking off a regional power and moving up in the conference. The team stops by the Cardinal Report to tell us all about it, and it starts right now. Thanks for joining us this week. I'm Alex Simmons. This week we have the North Central men's tennis team and head coach Mike Patrick. Coach, thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
And 14 matches in the spring season. How exactly would you assess this team's performance so far?
Oh, I think it's a big success so far. We had a match before we went down to spring break. Got a victory out of St. Mary's. Went down to spring break, got a lot of outdoor play in. Had 6 matches down there. A couple matches that could have gone either way, but was happy to have an opportunity to play outside and be prepared for the matches up here.
And you have your third CCIW match earlier this week, a hard-fought 5-4 win. What went into that one? You know, a lot of decisions as far as who to put where, I imagine, and you end up getting the points to come away with a victory. Yeah,
we had a great win over Carthage. You know, a few days before that, so we had a lot of energy going into it about confidence, how we'd perform against our fellow conference teams. With doubles, we've had some different matchups and trying to find that right combination. Matt and Sam had a great victory over not only regionally, but I think a nationally ranked team, so had some different momentum of getting into the singles.
Well, every point seemed to be very important. Let's go to the highlight. Sam Sweeney and the North Central Cardinals hoping to move to 2-1 in conference play, hosting Illinois Wesleyan. We go to number 1 doubles, Sweeney teaming up with Matt Boguslawski to take on Titans Brian Petrowski and Brian Sorich. First game, Petrowski serving near court, Boguslawski with the return, and Sweeney comes through for the smash, love 30. Later in the game, Petrowski can't handle Sweeney's quick return after the serve, Cards up 1-0. Later in the match, Cards trail 6-5, Sweeney serving his drop shot return, too much for Sorich. We're all knotted at 6. Now Boguslawski serves for the match. Petrowski can't put it in play. Cards take number 1 doubles, 8-6. Sweeney riding solo now in number 1 singles against Petrowski. Sweeney up 1-0 in the first set. The serve working just fine for the senior. He takes the 2-set lead and would win the first set, 6-2. Second set now, Sweeney ahead 4-0 and looking to break Petrowski. In the midst of a long volley, he gets the forehand winner. The break point makes it 5-0. Now serving for the match, Sweeney puts one down the line. That takes it 6-2, 6-0. Moving to number 2 singles now, Boguslawski matching up with Sorich. We jump straight to the third set, Sorich serving far court. A lot of forehands here. Boguslawski breaks Sorich to take a 2-0 lead. Now up 5-4 facing serve, Boguslawski makes his move toward the net, and it pays off quite well. He's up love 30. To match point now, Sorich serving far court. He hits Boguslawski's return too far for the real estate. That makes it a 3-set win, 6-1, 2-6, 6-4. And the Cardinals get CCIW win number 2. Big singles victories for you guys yesterday at the 5 and 6 positions. Josh Clay has really been playing very well at both of those positions. How big is it to be able to get some points later in the singles matches at the 5 and 6 in order to be able to stack some victories as a team?
Well, yeah, Josh has been our lucky ace in the hole at 6. He was at 5, and then upon Sam's return, he's at 6 now. And Josh's style and character that he has in the lineup has been vital as far as getting victories. He has the first few games of each of the matches he plays, the person tries to dictate their style, and Josh's relentless but kind of annoying style has been very helpful as far as getting the person to actually adhere to his style. And once that kind of turns over, it's a lot of times a victory for us. One of those strong-willed players that kind of is one of those little annoying water bugs that kind of gets in you and really just doesn't stop, right? Absolutely. You know, a very mature player and kind of beyond his years and maturity on and off the court. He knows what his strength is. I mean, he's a guy that isn't going to overpower you. He's just going to outlast you, and that's what we need.
And we talk about big victories. You already referenced it a little bit earlier. The big win over Carthage, a regionally ranked team, that something that doesn't happen around these parts very often. How good does that make you feel as a coach that, you know, this thing looks like it's going in the right direction, and these guys are obviously getting some results out of it?
Definitely. You know, I think some of these other teams, you know of Sam and Matt, and they know that at 1 and 2 singles and 1 doubles are going to be, you know, fighting for their lives to get, you know, points in games and such. At the lower parts of the lineup, I think they scramble sometimes in figuring out where to get those victories, and we just happened to put the pieces together right on last Friday.
And talking to you the other day, we were talking about some of the non-conference spring schedule, and you know, with a player like Sam you have at the top, a guy that's top in the region, you have to be able to find him some competition in the area where you're playing some really good teams, but you kind of have to have that balancing effect to be able to team success versus Sam's success. How difficult is that as a coach to be able to kind of balance?
Well, it is a little tricky. It's everybody is wanting to play Sam. Sam's got the big target on his back as the #1 player in the region. You also have a scenario where the guys that are playing understand they're fighting as hard as they can, and over time those experiences, even though we came in second in that match or we may have lost a few, I think when we finally get to our conference matches, they'll realize, wow, all that practice and getting beat up a little bit has helped us transform into a better player for our conference, more important matches.
Well, it seemed to pay off so far. There's no doubt about it. The North Central tennis team is better when it has the regionally top-ranked player to anchor its lineup. We talk about that subject in this week's What's the Word?
You know, I love college tennis, so I'm pretty pumped to be back. I'm pumped to, you know, these guys are, I'm sure I'll know these guys for the rest of my life, a few of them, and yeah, I just have a lot of fun being with the team, and the atmosphere is great, and I hope they build on it. I mean, they're playing awesome.
Well, definitely, he brings a lot of consistency. Usually we can count on Sam to take care of business at 1, and him and Matt at doubles are a really strong team. So usually we can count on 2 points, you know, just right off the bat. But also he definitely brings a lot of energy to the team, and he's a really good leader. So it's good to have him around.
The rest of my game, I worked very, very hard over the winter on, you know, adding some variation to my game, and just, you know, really putting everything together. So I'm hoping to, you know, keep improving. I'm real confident about my own game, and I'm confident about the team as well. So,
Coach, what we see on the court is game day, but how off the court and maybe some of the things in practice does it help to have some of these guys at the top to be able to bring along some of your younger players?
Well, it's good. You know, the guys got into tennis because it was fun, and you know, practices we have, we're lighthearted and have some laughs and some funny sense of humor on many of the guys, and it's a time that they can come out and we'll do different rallying games or change the point values. We'll do some different things as far as different doubles and singles drills, and it helps the younger guys to play against some of the veterans on the team and understand the different styles that need to be in place for all their match play.
All right, and this is your 3rd season at the helm of the program. How is this team progressing compared to where you thought it would be when on day 1 when you took control of the program?
Well, when I first arrived here, you know, I was trying to get used to the names and the players and the playing styles, and wasn't very familiar with all the players on the team. So, you know, the addition of Matt and Sam coming out and playing, and still having a little bit of a level breakdown after the #2 spot. I think the other guys have realized they have to step up their game, and it's one of those things where they see their name on the website or the newspaper about if they've had tough defeats that they need to practice and get better at their hobby that they're now playing a sport in college with.
Okay, and how much does the addition of new tennis courts, both really inside and out, how has that helped you guys kind of grow as a team, be able to train a little bit more in the winter, I imagine, when the weather's not so nice outside, and be able to actually have some home matches on campus?
Yeah, it's been a great addition. The Res Rec was completed first, and it made practicing a lot easier as far as a central location, because I was fortunate to have a couple of clubs we could go to, but it was at late night or estranged hours that didn't work out real well for everybody arriving or arriving on time. And now it's good to have a set schedule, and the outdoor courts have been, you know, a blessing. I mean, I thank the school and the private donors or alumni who have helped out in that respect, and it's been great to showcase the team. I mean, my first 2 years, we either went to Ranch View or more likely we just would have away matches. So it's nice to be seen now and known now as, oh yeah, we're a school that has a tennis team.
Well, it's definitely seemed to pay off. We're not done with the racket talk. More Cardinal Report on the way.